Hello, it's Gavin Pickin here. I'm a software developer for Auto Solutions. I do a lot of CodeFusion and JavaScript, and I'm doing another daily code challenge. It's a little bit later in the day today, a little busy, but I did not forget. So here we go. So CodeWars is where we're doing it. I'll let you guys look at my other videos to find out more about CodeWars. Let's jump into a kata. So let's create phone number one. I think I did this live as JavaScript the other day, and I believe it got accepted as CodeFusion now. So what I'm going to do is change from JavaScript over to CFML beta and click train again. Okay, so the instructions are here. We're going to get basically 10 integers between 0 and 10 that return a string of those numbers in the form of a phone number. Okay, so we're going to get this basically an array. We're going to make a phone number, outputting it with the parentheses and the spaces and the dash, etc. So pretty easy there. So we're getting an array. So this should be a pretty simple one. Now in JavaScript we had to do a little bit of work with string concatenation and everything else, and we could do that with CodeFusion as well, but I think we should keep it pretty simple here, and we'll just return using array notation. So here we have numbers. I'm going to change it to n, or I guess I can do it here, var n equals numbers, and then we can return. One thing I like about the way CodeFusion works is inside these quotes, just like JavaScript with the backticks, you can just sort of output directly. So what we can do is output the string we want and then put in the variables we want. So if we use # to escape and then we use array notation, we can say the first character goes here, so the first in the array, second in the array, third in the array, and then we have a space, and then we have 4, 5, 6, and then we'll have 7, 8, 9, 10. Now remember, if you're dealing with JavaScript, they start with a 0 base, which always throws you off, so that's where your code would be a little different from here. So, whoops. This should theoretically work. So let's run our sample test here. Ooh, well, we have to output it, don't we? Ah, interesting. So I'm used to just outputting strings that way. Hold on. Wonder if we can do see if output equals true. You'd think that would have worked. Oh, it's in JavaScript still. Dang it, fooled me. Let me go back to JavaScript. See if I can get my example here and copy it over. I was like, I'm pretty sure that would work. There we go. Should have known. Should have known. Okay, so let's run the sample test here. There we go. I got worried. I thought, man, I really do need these puzzles. My brain is not working today. But here we go. So let's attempt it and see what happens. I said this is basically just like if you use backticks in JavaScript and you'd have all your variables using $ curly braces, which I really like that they added that to JavaScript. So let me submit the final and see how everybody else did it. So yeah, so Brad here did concatenation, so essentially string concatenation. So n equals numbers, so we can make it shorter, and then you return a parenthesis and n1 and n2 and n3 and then the parenthesis and the space, then and. So what I don't like about this is the space can throw you off there and the dash can throw you off there, and so it's hard to remember what's inside and what's outside of the variable. So I like this here. Obviously it's really complicated when you've got more variables than actual text or spacing being output, but that's the way I've always worked with CodeFusion. Usually from the CodeFusion side, that's the way we want to do it. Ooh, and I've just ranked up in Cold Fusion. So in CFML, I am now a 7 KYU. I'm a 6 overall. So I'm getting better. I'm up to 147, so I've got some points here. But I got to keep on going, keep working on this. But let me turn my head off, and you'll be able to see better. There you go. So I've ranked up. So again, another short, sweet one. But so fun little test. Get you thinking, especially when you got the wrong language and you wonder why things aren't working. So, anyways, short and sweet. Catch me back tomorrow for another short kata, and maybe we'll do some JavaScript tomorrow. Try and do something a little harder. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks. Bye, everybody.